Sometimes we don't even realize that we're living on the sidelines of life, right? And in the previous video, I discussed what sideline living is and some of the activities that we actually partake in that create this sideline living. And in today's video, I want to talk about ways of putting an end to the sideline living, some things that we can do right now to change that, to take our energy and our time back and be able to use it for the things that we need to use it for. Welcome back, friends. Ashley Berges here today, and I'm going to be talking about ways of ending that sideline living. And the first thing that I want to talk about is I want us to put a time limit on our social media. And so that's one of the biggest things, is that I think if we can put a timer on, that next time that you go to look at Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram or whatever that looks like, is just putting an alarm on, saying, okay, I'm going to give myself 15 minutes or whatever to look at social media, and then I'm done. Even if I'm not on purpose and looking at social media, I'm giving myself a timeline and then I'm letting go. Right? Because that's good, because we're limiting the amount of exposure. That also limits the amount of comparing and judging and everything else that happens when we have too much time. So the second thing is becoming more mindfully aware and being more mindful of when we compare ourselves or judge ourselves to other people, whether it's on social media or in real life, okay? And this is really important. We need to know what's going on up here. We need to be able to understand where is our mind going so that it's not going down that rabbit hole of judgment and comparison, right? So we're able to stop that in its tracks as soon as possible so we don't waste all that time going into the memory, going into the past, comparing ourselves, feeling bad, right? Feeling angry, feeling sad. That's not a way of living our life, right? We're in our emotions. Again, we're sideline living. The third thing that we can do is that when we are on social media, we're on purpose. And that's a very big thing. What is the purpose that we're there for? What is the purpose? And we need to stick to it. And then when we're done, we need to get off. So if you're posting for a business or company that you run, if you're posting some content to put out there, if you're whatever it is, post it. If you want to see someone else's post, comment, like it, move on. But really be on purpose. What is my purpose? What do I want to attain? What do I want to do? What do I want to create? And then how much time do I need to do that? And then at that point in time, I need to jump off to get my other responsibilities done. The fourth thing that we can do is limit gossipy talk, right? Gossipy talk. We got to catch when others are talking about people and find a way out of that conversation. So if you're in the middle of a conversation, let's say you're out to lunch with some girlfriends or some guy friends or whatever, and they start talking about other people, you know, you can kind of sit in it for a moment, but then there comes a time where we need to probably speak up or we need to move on, right? Because what happens is, we know how gossip is, right? If we're in it and we're hearing about other people, there's probably a chance that when we're not there, other people are hearing about us, right? But the point is that we want to limit that gossip. And so maybe one of the things, if you want to be one of the leaders in the group, is like, hey, you know, they can talk for a moment and they say, hey, let's talk about some of the things that we're doing, or let's talk about some of the goals we have, or let's do something. Because I feel like a lot of folks go back into gossip because they have nothing else to talk about. I also think that people like to gossip because it takes the limelight off them. I also think that gossip is programming. I think that many of us have been programmed that there's a certain time in the day or a certain time with certain people that you just talk about other people, right? So why do we have to keep following that program that's putting us on the sidelines, and all of a sudden a group of 5 people are talking about one person that's not even there, and nobody in that group is really living their life? We're all on the sidelines talking about how that person's living their life. The fifth way that we can put an end to sideline living is that if we do find ourselves talking about others, we need to ask ourselves, why are we? Why do I find myself talking about this person? What's the reason that I am spending my time talking about him or her? And what is that doing for my life? And how does that help me gain anything in my life? And there's no judgment here. It's just we need to forge these questions and find these answers so that we can start changing some of our habits, right? Because I think that the gossiping itself is just merely a habit. And it's a habit that doesn't do anything good for anybody, because usually the gossip gets back to that person at some point, and then you feel guilt or shame about being in it, but you didn't stop it. You see what I'm saying? So it's this constant programming, but it's also this constant kind of broken record. And I find that the more that we can be aware of, okay, hey, I did find myself bringing up so-and-so, and I did make a comment about what they were wearing or what they said. Why did I do that? And it's not about judging yourself and making you feel horrible about it. Just ask why. And then probably in the next time you'll stop doing that, because it's not serving you anything. It's not helping the other person for sure, and it's not helping you. last but not least, okay, I know that some of y'all are going to be like, boo, hiss, but I'm just telling you, just because I feel that this is the right thing, and I think that if you look at it too, you'll agree with me over time. We got to limit the reality show viewing. We got to put an end to it. We got to stop it. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and call out the franchises, right? But we know the franchises we talk about, and some of you are watching every single city around the country, okay? There's only so much that can happen with these groups of women around the country, and most of it's the same thing, okay? And I'm not judging these women. They're great. My theory, though, is that I feel that if you took that time back from watching these reality shows, you could probably do a lot of things in that time. You could actually probably attain some goals that you have, maybe create some new goals, maybe start up a hobby, or maybe even have more time to spend with your friends who are in real life that you can actually talk to and see and meet. And that's all I'm saying, is that I feel that a lot of times with these reality shows, it separates us from our life. We start judging our life. We start seeing our life as maybe not being as interesting as these people's lives. I don't think it's a helpful thing. I think it actually takes us away from us living, ultimately sitting on the sidelines, watching somebody else party, watching somebody else drink, watching somebody else have their friends or get into an argument or what have you, or have all this drama, when I think that we can take that time to really use that wisely in our life, to benefit ourselves, maybe to benefit our family, and maybe to benefit overall our happiness by finding some things that we can do to take the stress off that's about us and actually fulfilling us and feeling good about ourselves instead of taking away from ourselves. I hope that you've connected with this content in this video today. If you have, please give me a thumbs up on the video. I really appreciate it, because it means that, hey, we're doing something right here. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And in the comment section, let me know, have you been able to really work on some of these things, or have you been working on these things, and how has it changed your life? And what way has it changed and bettered your life? I'm very interested and definitely want to know. As well as if you have other content that you would like us to discuss. If you have a subject matter that you would like us to discuss, would love to hear it. Please put it in the comment section as well. And don't forget, as you know, to live your true life.